Now let's use the area model to multiply 3-digit by 2-digit numbers. We're going to start by writing our first factor, 237, in expanded form. That's 200 plus 30 plus 7. We're going to draw our rectangle underneath, making sure it's deep enough to add two numbers in expanded form down here. Now we're going to write 45 in expanded form. We have 40 plus 5. Wherever there's an addition sign, we're going to break apart our rectangle or square. So now we have 6 rectangles. That's going to make up our entire whole. We're going to start with this first rectangle, 200 times 40. So let's see. I know 2 times 4 is 8. And I know 200, so the hundreds, times 4 tens, so tens. Hundreds times tens is thousands. I know the 8 needs to be in the thousands place. So 200 times 40 is 8,000. Next one, 30 times 40. So let's see. 3 times 4 is 12. 10, so because it's 3 tens, times 4 tens. So tens times tens is hundreds. So I need 12 hundreds. Oh, that's 12 hundreds, which is the same as 1,200. Next, we're going to do 7 times 40. Same thing. 7 times 4 is 28. But 7 times 40, 40 is 10 more than 4, so our answer needs to be 10 more than 28, 280. Here, 200 times 5. Let's see, 2 times 5 is 10. Hundreds, because it's 200s, times the 1, so hundreds times 1s is hundreds, so I know I need 10 hundreds, which is the same as 1,000. 200 times 5 is 1,000. 30 times 5. Let's see, I know 3 times 5 is 15, but 30 is 10 more than 3, so I need to have my answer be 10 more than 15. So 30 times 5 is 150. 7 times 5, I know is 35. Now that I found all these products, I'm going to add them all together, making sure I line up my place values. So we have 8,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,200 plus 280. Doesn't, as long as we add them all up, that's fine. Plus 150 plus 35. I'm going to double check, make sure I have 6 products I'm adding up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I know I have all my numbers. I'm going to add these up. See, zeros plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 8 plus 5 is 13. Plus 3 is 16. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 2 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. 8 plus 1 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus, all these are blank, so all these are zeros. 1. So our answer is 10,665. All right, move on to the next. Same thing, we're going to write our first factor, 1,423, in expanded form. We're going to write our big rectangle. Make sure it's deep enough to have 2 numbers. We're going down the side since this is going to be expanded into 2 numbers. And now we're going to write a 16 in expanded form, which is 10 plus 6. Wherever the addition sign is, I'm going to draw my line. This time I have 8 squares, or 8 rectangles, I should say. We're going to start by going 1,000 times 10. I know that 10 times more than 1,000 is 10,000. 400 times 10. I know 10 times more than 400 is 4,000. 20 times 10. I know 10 more than 20 is 200. 3 times 10. I know is 30. 1,000 times 6 is 6,000. 400 times 6. Let's see. I know that 4 times 6 is 24. This is in the hundreds. This is in the ones. Hundreds times ones is hundreds. So I know it's going to be 24 hundreds or 2,400. 20 times 6. Let's see. 20 times 6. I know 2 times 6 is 12. I know that 20 is 10 more than 2. So that means our answer needs to be 10 more than 12. So that's 120. 3 times 6 is 18. Now that I have all my products, I'm going to add them together, making sure I include all of the products. 10,000 plus 6,000 plus 4,000 plus 2,400 plus 200 plus 120 plus 30 plus 18. Let me count, make sure I have 8 numbers because I have 8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. I have all my numbers written. I'm going to add all these zeros plus 8 is 8. All these zeros plus 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 1 is 6. Zeros plus 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. 0 plus 6 is 6 plus 4 is 10 plus 2 is 12. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So I know my answer is 22,768. Last one. I'm going to write these numbers in expanded form. I'm going to start with 214. I know that's 200 plus 10 plus 4. Now I'm going to draw my big, it should be almost like a square because I know I'm going to have 3 numbers going down. So I'm going to write 362 in expanded form. That's 300 plus 60 plus 2. All right, wherever there's an addition sign, I'm drawing my lines to break apart my large square. Starting here in the left-hand corner, 200 plus 300. 200 times 300. Let's see, 2 times 3 is 6. Hundreds times hundreds is 10,000. So the 6 needs to be in the 10,000s place. I'm also noticing a little trick. There's 2 4 zeros, so 4 zeros in the multiplication sentence. There's 4 zeros here. It doesn't always work because sometimes you'll have a number like, like if you had like something like 30, where it has an answer that has a 0 in it, it doesn't always work, but it's a nice way to check. 10 times 300. Let's see. 1 times 3 is 3. Tens times hundreds is thousands, so my 3 needs to be in the thousands place. Okay, 4 times 300. I see that 4 times 3 is 12. Ones place times hundreds place is hundreds, so it's going to be 1,200, which is the same as 1,200. So 200 times 60. I know that 2 times 6 is 12. Hundreds plus tens is thousands, so it's 12,000. Notice 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good way to check. 10 times 60. Let's see, 1 times 6 is 6. Tens place, tens place is hundreds place. 6 is in the hundreds place. 4 times 60. 4 times 6 is 24. 60 is 10 more than 6, so my answer needs to be 10 more than 24, which is 240. 200 times 2. Let's see. 200 times 2 I know is 400. 10 times 2 I know is 20. 4 times 2 is 8. Let's see, I have 9 squares, so I need to add up all 9 products. So that's 60,000 plus 12,000 plus 400 plus 3,000 plus 600 plus 20 plus 1,200 plus 240 plus 8. So let's see. Make sure my place values are lined up. I should have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good, all my products are there. We're going to add all these zeros plus 8 is 8. All these zeros plus 2 plus 4 is 6. All these zeros plus 4 plus 6 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. Plus 2 is 14. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 3 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. And 6 plus 1 is 7. So our answer should be 77,468.